I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine. 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. God, I didn't pay good money just to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a few good songs that'll take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what did George and Ira Gershwin have for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue with this charade? It used to be, sitting there in the dark, you knew that when the show began, you'd be taken to another world, a world of color and music and glamour. And then you'd think to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello, how are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should be feeling anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. Anyways, whenever I feel this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records and, yes, records. And I was about to put on the original soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. Oh, I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I said, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled and all the world was a party, for the wealthy anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find but, one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full story with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this was a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Here, let me read to you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Well, the term gay wedding has a different meaning now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's what this show is. It's fun. So would you indulge me? Would you allow me to play the record for you now? Oh, I was hoping you'd say yes. Hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Morrison Theater in New York. It's very cold, and remember when November used to be cold? Not anymore. November's like the new August now. It's global warming, we're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold and a hard gray sleet is falling from the sky, but you don't care because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't that wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures are out of style now, and I miss them. They're the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. It's a musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Oh, something new. What could it be? Sounds like a dance tune. Kind of rollicking. Maybe involving pirates. Oh, don't worry, there are no pirates. Oh, here it comes. The moment the music starts to build and you know you're just seconds away from being transported into another world. The curtain's going up. I can't wait.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
Oh, how I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, yes! Your dress, your fancy dress. Just such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress. And I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will gong. Wedding bells will ding-a-ling and we will ding along.
Your dress, your fancy dress, we're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come,
Wedding guests are here, wedding guests are at the door, and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet, the star of Felding's Follies, whom I love a lot.
I'm George, that's George, he's best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Tottendale. Now, don't you worry, I have this whole wedding planned out. The key is organization. See, each string represents a task yet to be completed. Pay the musicians, yell at the florist, and book the minister. This whole wedding's going to run like clockwork.
There's gonna be a wedding!
I'm Feldig, producer. I've lost my leading lady. I've got to stop this wedding or I might get shot.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I came with Mr. Feldig. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs.
We're pastry chefs.
We cross odds. We're pastry chefs. No fakery.
A bakery is what we've got.
Adolfo, my name is Adolfo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot.
You are the king of romance, so you kiss a lot. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Van de Graaff and when will she appear? It's Janet Van de Graaff.
I'm Janet Van de Graaff, here to marry Robert Martin, giving up a life of glamour to tie the knot.
Am I late?
I'm the chaperone of Janet Van de Graaff, maid of honor, friend and confidant, and all that rot.
Where's the bar?
A wedding, hooray!
It's prohibition, madam.
A wedding, how gay!
Good thing I brought my own.
A wedding today!
Champagne makes me drowsy.
It's really happening, truly happening, almost happening. What is happening?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. I circle through the stratus in my modern apparatus. On tricks, the aviatrix, I gotta fly. I'll see you when they tie the knot. A wedding, hooray, ding-a-ling.
Well, there you have it. All the guests have arrived. We have a bride giving up the stage for love, her debonair bridegroom, a harried producer, jovial gangsters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky Corinne, a Latin Lothario, and an aviatrix, what we now call lesbian. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through the record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. We begin with a welcome from the love-struck groom.
Well, I would like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Why, who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, will be marrying a glamorous showgirl? And that glamorous showgirl will be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Here, here.
To Miss Janet Van de Graaff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me.
The groom mustn't see his bride on the wedding day. It's bad luck.
I hope you heard that, because that's the plot, basically. Hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room.
Say, it's a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Listen, just keep Janet away from Robert, you understand? You're the chaperone, that's like your only job.
Aye, aye, mon capitan.
Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I am your little monkey.
So the bride and groom are whisked away. We turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Feldick!
Getting married and then leaving show business?
Mr. Feldick!
But don't you know I got obligations?
Mr. Feldick! I can be your new leading lady! You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, and ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good at it too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Feltzik were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct. A stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end she does something clever and makes everyone wonder whether it was all just an act. The irony is that Sadie really was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. At that time, the theater was the only place where stupid people could still earn a decent living. That was before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
Appetit for Mr. Feldzig?
Not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then we'll give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand here in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also,
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual.
Certain individual?
a certain individual.
Who happens to be the largest single investor of Feldzig's Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concerns about Miss Van de Graaff's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
no, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kidding! Boys! You tell your boss that there ain't nothing to worry about. You have my word.
Oh, well, take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. I hope I made myself perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
You just gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much.
Don't talk with me.
All right, boys, you can drop the pastry chef act.
Alas, we ganache.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
Now, the gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo act, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Abram and Mendel Michlakowitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of the typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not very intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Feldzig. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Feldzig.
They're gangsters.
Very perceptive. Now, go powder your face. Oh, I have got to stop this wedding. But how? Oh, Lord in heaven, how? How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. Well, with the story well on its way, we moved to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you looked at the label, it was the 5th ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyways, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Now, it's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course!
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor, but to those people I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them pretty cats do. Something big be bothering you. You know what you got? Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm makes them cold feet trot down the aisle, cross the arches. They can run. High seat toes can dive. Wedding marches played in ragtime swing make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, schmold feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm makes them cold feet.
Hot. You don't say. Well, why don't you just slime back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Now I have to find a new minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm just singing a song an old Negro taught me. A Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
Ha! You think you got the jitters? You have the easy part. I still have to get the rice, the boutonnieres, and a minister. I have the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you've got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Bold feet.
What do I do? Scold feet?
No! You make the cold beats hot.
I am. I am. Five, six, seven, eight. Gold beats, gold beats. Turn 'em into gold beats. Rhythm makes them gold beats hot. You make the 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 gold beats hot.
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the passing years had taken its toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him on, and he had that wide-eyed expression of pained confusion that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about.
All right. That's enough of that. Dancing around like a fool.
I'm sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing's too dangerous. Say, why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I do when I like to blow off some steam.
Oh, George, what would I do without you?
Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Oh, no. You can't go out like that, my friend. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
Oh, George, you think of everything.
Just looking out for you, my boy. This way. Come on. And no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does this occasionally. It rings. It'll stop soon. Just ignore it. What? What do you want? Hello. You have reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience. Oh, well, that's it. The moment is ruined. Thank you, life. It's like a cell phone going off in the theater. God, I hate that. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sitting in the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding.
So the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining reporters' questions as she lounges by the pool.
Miss Van de Graaff, is it true you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Ile de France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned, briefly, and then he proposed.
So, you won't be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes. Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How come you're giving up the footlights when you know you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, please, I'm begging you. Dump the mug, stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. Oh, fine, I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, well, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more.
Janet, please.
I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss Miss no more. Below my signature no more. I don't want to show off. Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman out no more.
Hey, baby.
I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more.
Not me.
Read her name in the news no more.
Page 3.
Get the glowing reviews no more.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. Whee! I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off. Don't want to show off no more. Don't want to show off no more.
Please, no more attention. I've counted to 10. And I'm through.
Farewell.
Adieu. You'll never see this.
Farewell.
You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. no more, grab no more, touch no more, loved no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off. She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show. No more. Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Feldzig, it appears Miss Vandegraff no longer desires a life on the stage.
Can't you see it's killing her soul?
Don't worry, boys. This ain't over yet.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't do an encore.
I don't want to encore no more. Keep 'em shouting for more no more. I make the audience roar no more. I don't want to show.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl. Remember? Surely you remember the Oops girl? Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused the men around her to have accidents. Spill their drinks, drive their cars into trees. And then she would go, oops. Well, I'm not doing it justice, but people ate it up. She made a whole series of films. Oops, The Oops Girl, Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay. So begging, groveling didn't work. On to plan B, and for that I'm gonna need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need, what do you call them? A European.
La 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 la.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death in his chateau in Nice. Remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time he had been consumed by his poodles. Well, he had been partially consumed.
Excuse me, sir, I don't believe we've met.
I am Aldolfo.
You are Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Aldolfo.
Not the Aldolfo.
Yes, I am Aldolfo. Oh.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes. Oh, what?
I just overheard the groom saying that Aldolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Aldolfo, a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Oh, Aldolfo is a scoundrel?
It's like I'm hearing it again.
Oh, this is outrageous. He's saying this to peoples. To beautiful ladies with breasts for making love. Why, I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my hands and kill him.
Yes. No.
Huh?
Don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so that he can't get married.
Show me to this groom. Wait.
What?
What kind of man is this groom? Is he a big man? A burly fellow?
Well, he's big on the outside,
No!
but...
No! Aldolfo will not fight big man. Small, pale, wheezy little dwarf people that Aldolfo can punt far away. But no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter?
Yes, Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I'm the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. Best way to get revenge back at a man is through his...
Door!
No. Revenge back at a man through his...
Window!
No. Revenge back at a man through his...
Through his? There is no other way! I'm not Santa Claus coming down chimney.
Through his woman!
Oh, through his woman.
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman!
His bride!
Adolfo will make love to the bride. That will show people Adolfo is not a scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait!
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? Is she a big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No. She's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker, an attractive woman.
Oh, show me to this captain. Pajamas. Adolfo will make a
Stop it!
Like a cat in pajamas.
Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature contemporary audiences are far too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on the stage. So we banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling?
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we must be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It's prohibition after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, that means they want a glass of vodka. You got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Vodka! Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Oh, Underling, may I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That's pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam?
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were!
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That's pure vodka, you poop!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive. A Hispanic actress playing the role of Baby Atrix, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
That's pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, some elements were quite progressive. Others were stale in 1928. You know what? I think I'll just skip ahead.
That poop! Where are you going?
Find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice, for heaven's sakes, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you may be wondering, why is a routine like that doing in the show? It's very simple, really. There's a song coming up, and they needed a way to make a set change. It's mechanics. It's like pornography. Oh, let me explain what I mean by that. In pornography, the story is simplistic. How do I pay for this pizza? Being a classic example. My point is, as in a musical, the story exists only to connect the longer, more engaging production numbers. Well, what kind of society do we live in if we can't discuss the similarities between pornography and musical theater?
few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, this is an interesting scene. This is the only time in the show when Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on the stage. Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal, considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens, no, madam. If I'm going to serve women, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you do. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big, monkey eyes, aw, gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired the troops in every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. But still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be included in every performance she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. But you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Well, yes, but if you were to...
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
Well, that was quite nice.
Along!
Well, that was quite nice, but I just don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
Oh, really? That's not necessary. I suppose I'm just looking for a few sympathetic words of...
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It could bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica, oh please.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still, you mustn't let it lick you, this planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand as we stumble along across life's crowded dance floors, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stop
just love her. Basically, she sings an anthem about alcoholism. But that's what I love about her. She does her own thing when she wants, regardless of the needs and concerns of others. My mother was like that.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone, but I'm still conflicted. Oh, please, just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that is something you have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right. And I take the responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just, this moment, feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I have to have a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden, seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. When will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la. Oh, look who it is. Aldolfo, come to seduce the bride.
I am Aldolfo.
Try not to think of the poodles while you're listening to this part.
I am Aldolfo, and you are bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is bridal suite, and you are the only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf bride, I must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Aldolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you saw through my little ruse. You found me out.
Ah, so you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me, Aldolface!
Oh, no, not Aldolface, Aldolfo. You must remember my name, for when we are making love, and you are screaming, you must say the right name or it will spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Aldolfo, a ladies' man who wins acclaim Aldolfo. Well, lovely miss, I am the same Aldolfo. I introduce myself, I am Aldolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Aldolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Aldolfo. The lovely ladies always cheer Aldolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Aldolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, Aldolfo. I can sing it low, Aldolfo. I can sing it very fast, Aldolfo. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it will take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you see?
Aldolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Aldolfo.
And who is it I'll always be?
Aldolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Aldolfo.
Let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely ladies that aren't here for some reason, because maybe you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes. Da.
That was my mother's favorite number in the show. I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what musicals are all about, right? Romantic fantasy, falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, or suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. La da 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 da.
Robert, look out!
Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
Sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. I'm in Mimi. Mimi from France.
This scene couldn't be any more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Jeannette van de Graaf, no?
Oui,
I hear she's very beautiful.
oui.
And glamorous.
Ah, oui, oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
Oh, the middle part? Was it mixed dust? So, you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English? Fiancé?
Ah, that's right.
Well, tell me, when was the moment you knew she was the only one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
I was amusing her of stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes. And then I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. And then you fell?
Yes, right on my keister. And I said, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
Oh, but we haven't left the dock.
That's what she said. And that's when I knew it must be love.
And then you said?
And then I said, there was a time I can stomp on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair, the hem that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there were nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
And then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul.
So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. Hide the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I could see myself jumping and clapping for a man who lives dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
And then we kissed.
You're an accident waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me. Wait. You just kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day.
Oh no! What have I done? Wait!
Well, it seems that the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess. Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's not real. It's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. In real life, nothing ever works out. And the only people who burst into songs are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Felton!
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Felton!
How long does it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Felton!
Kitty!
You don't need Janet no more!
Not now!
I've been working on a mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty, the incomprehensible! Now, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something.
Wait! I'm getting it! Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread. And don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind, you idiot!
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Feldzig!
It would seem that the wedding is still proceeding according to schedule.
Now it's time you received your just dessert. What do you say, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Feldzig?
Yeah, how about a Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
A Toledo surprise? I've never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Those who have are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
And then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got a Toledo surprise.
Could you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltzig.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
And then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got a Toledo surprise. What do you say we give him a little taste?
All right.
Hold it! What style? What grace? What rhythm? Open your fists and shake them and give that recipe to me one more time, huh? Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up front nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise.
Now sew it!
Pit the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo surprise.
Keep it
First
cooking.
you heat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it, folks. With your whites, split your yolks. Then you got a Splendido Toledo surprise.
You boys are naturals! Honest? Keep it up! I'll go work on the contracts!
Hey!
About 6, 7, 8!
says,
Back up, dancers! Holy cat! What that hot Toledo does to my libido? Good, yes indeedo! Sugary yum yum. Surprise! Squeeze the cream, grease the pan, lick the spoon, lick the pan. Makes you bust your tuxedo. Toledo surprise!
Wait! I'll dance for him, make announcement. Wedding is off.
What? For the love of God, why?
Our dancer has made love to the bride.
Ew.
That's not the bride, you idiot! That's the chaperone!
Oh, wow.
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off. What? Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you. Only French.
Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling!
Yes, madam.
What is all the commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
There's gonna be a wedding.
Not anymore! Oh, what a tragedy! What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy! Clear the floor, boys! I'll show them how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it!
Mr. Felting!
Toledo surprise!
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Wait till it's ready!
Now I'm fucking ready! Surprise! Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake. Hits me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
Toledo surprise.
You know, surprise.
Surprise.
All right, everyone, here we go!
Chopping up, pound the dough, bake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo, Toledo surprise. Then you got a Toledo, 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 then you got a Toledo. Surprise! Wait till it's ready! Surprise! Wait till it's ready! Surprise! That's the tasty Toledo surprise!
Wait, why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes, but the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
Wedding bells won't ring, wedding bells won't chime. They will never celebrate their happy wedding time.
Well, that's that. The curtain falls and it's time for the intermission. Or at least it would be if we were actually sitting in the Morrison Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which, of course, we are not. I don't like intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know? They yank you back into reality. One moment you're lost in a magical world of music and romance, and then bang, you're surrounded by tourists. Crinkling candy wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's bathrooms. It's cruel. Oh, Sorry, it's a power bar. I have a bit of blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals all day long or I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. Oh, I didn't eat breakfast and the ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. I do. Are you surprised I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, now should you? I'm a very complicated person. I have to pee now. I'll be quick, I promise. While I'm gone, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2.
Nightingale song.
I bring a message from a nightingale.
Nightingale.
You know, Bao, Emperor and America not ready, no see eye to eye.
But, Emperor, sometimes a different outlook can change your point of view.
What?
Precisely. What is it about the Asians that fascinates Caucasians? What is it about the Asians that's so nice? Is it the wontons, the egg rolls, the rice? Perhaps it's Buddha or Confucius and their excellent advice.
What is it about Caucasians that mystifies we Asians? What is it about Caucasians that's so odd? They call a pretty lady a blonde. They have hair upon their chest and they only have one god? Blech! Impossible!
Sorry. Oh, sorry. That was not from the Drowsy Chaperone. It was from another musical entirely. I have a woman who comes in once a month. Can you say that? I have a woman. Anyways, she cleans the things that I absolutely refuse to clean. She's very good, but she has an annoying habit of putting my records away and in the wrong sleeves. Even though I say, "No touch records, Carmela, no touch records." I suppose if I spoke to her in complete sentences, she'd stop touching my records. Anyways, that started Act 2 of another Gable and Stein show called The Enchanted Nightingale, a degrading piece of chinoiserie about an emperor who's told by a magic bird to marry his American elocutionist instead of his betrothed. And he ends up building the Great Wall of China, a slap in the face to 4,000 years of Chinese history. Now, that was Beatrice Stockwell as the American lady. And did you happen to notice Roman Bartelli as the emperor? Yes, a man of 1,000 accents, all of them insulting. Now, Act 2 of The Drowsy Chaperone begins with a haunting lament sung by a very depressed bride. She sings it standing on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it'll be difficult, but just block them out. They're not the best. The melody is beautiful and truly communicates the bride's state of mind, but just ignore the lyrics.
I put a monkey on a pedestal and tried to make that monkey stay. And he did for a time, but he needed to climb up with other monkeys' play. Far away, he left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusty cup. And I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you.
I'm just gonna pour myself a brandy.
Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey, do.
The melody is so simple, it just floats in the air. I must admit, I get misty every time I think of that tiny jacket lying on the pedestal, its long sleeves dangling on the floor.
Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey.
Okay, here we go.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm Janet Van de
Do you
Graaff.
need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No. I could rule the world if so I chose. Sigmund Freud sends flowers to me every show. Gertrude sighed, she handed me a rose.
Now she really lets go.
Janet Van de Graaff, ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of glamour, life of glamour, life of glamour? No! Monkey, monkey,
I love this part.
Monkey, monkey. Monkey, monkey, monkey.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
monkey.
I don't want to show off no more.
Monkey, monkey.
I don't want to spread mirth no more.
Monkey, monkey.
Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't, I do, I don't, I do. I don't wanna show.
Say, up on the stage, and millions want to see you shine.
And I think sure, Janet, future is secure. Janet, millions will do just fine. But any future I could ever care to shape includes just 1, 2 time and cad who derives me.
She was a
Oh, Robert! What a fool I've been! A helpless fool! I know now that I love you, but I found it always. I love you, monkey. Is love enough? Is love ever enough?
That's the story of a monkey gone astray.
I ask
Monkey, monkey,
the stars
monkey.
above. Is it the monkey or my pedestal?
I just love that number. It has everything. A little Busby Berkeley, a little Jane Goodall. But that's another thing I love about musicals. When the characters in crisis, they sing and dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. But that's the glory of musical theater. No! You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds and something starts ringing.
What a beautiful day for a wedding!
Shall I have the pews removed now, or would you prefer I wait until morning?
Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here because I don't want this number ruined by a ringing telephone. What we have here are two vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil plays the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. Actually, I tried to find out more about her. I went through all my books and actually tried the internet, but all my searches ended with Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. Anyway, they're both charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride has called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion, underling.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and the next minute, well, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle, yes.
You see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But madam, Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Hank VIII and Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, Anne Boleyn lost her head.
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam.
Here we go again.
And Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief, may I pose a question, madam?
Why, yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do. Love is always lovely in the end.
Oh, I found that rather taxing, madam. Excuse me while I pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me, and my true love, love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I'm not talking about him, you silly cat! Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming, but to be frank, that song pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here. Yes, I have been drinking, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. And another thing, surely someone was aware of that awkward connotation of that title. Love is always lovely in the end? I mean, is it just me? I guess what I'm saying is that song is naive and awkwardly so. Sorry. I just felt that needed to be said for the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there's a moment coming up that I've become obsessed with.
there you are. Oh, chaperone, I'm in a terrible state.
You certainly are. You can't go to the wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear. Haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Not your wedding. Mine! Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married, but to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. Help me.
There you are. All right, I'm gonna put my cards on the table. I got a weak card. Can't take the pressure. And if this goes on any longer, the old ticker's gonna give out. So please, tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Thank the good Lord in heaven.
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are! I have wonderful news. There's gonna be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
Who told you?
I did.
How did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tottendale and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
Oh, yes.
Congratulations to everyone?
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everybody's getting married except for the bride and the groom.
There you are! Oh, Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Oh, please don't be that way. Oh, Janet, it's our wedding day. George has gone through all this trouble, and I do love you more than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
I know, and I just can't understand it. This may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
You mean you're Mimi? Well, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Why, thank you. I developed it while playing Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Before you do anything, think about this. No matter how much you play the part of the happy wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. I'm so confused.
Oh, chaperone, please, just this one time, I beg of you, give us some advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
Okay, here it is, the moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me more than any other and has brought me back to this record again and again. Here it is.
Well, my advice to you is...
Okay, this is it. Listen.
Live while you can.
You see? You can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a cane. Here, I'll play it for you again.
Live while you can.
Does she say live while you can or leave while you can?
Live while you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it may just be a cynical quip. But it's a wedding after all, and that's exactly what you think when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live because you do love her in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come down out of the sky and point to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say it. One day you say it to someone and you say, I love you. And you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as fact. And then suddenly there she is, standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes. And her nephew has made the hoopah. So what do? Do you say, I was kidding? I was joking? No, you can't, right? You live. You choose to live. And then for the next couple months, you stare at the alien form in bed beside you, and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day you say it out loud. And then there's a trial separation and couples counseling, and all your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction. And you're constantly redefining, reevaluating, and revisiting before you finally lose the deposit on the house. And then the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note, with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing into the living room wall. But still, on a larger sense, on a broader sense, it is better to have lived than left. Right?
Live while you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, chaperone. Well, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes. I will marry you.
Wonderful! Wonderful!
Well, Mr. Feldzig, it appears this wedding is a done deal.
Now you're in a truffle.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Wait! But there is. You see, I found a new leading lady. Presenting Giddy, the incredible. Now, Giddy, concentrate and show them how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy chaos, Mr. Feldzig! Yes! Yes!
Isn't she amazing? Well, what are we waiting for? You ladies go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big club. That's how they do it in Utah.
George, I don't know how you managed to pull it off. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everyone's best man now.
I am.
Of course.
I am.
Hip, 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 hooray!
He's George, that's George, the best man, George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought.
He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding.
Minister, you may begin. Oh no, I forgot the minister. Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. To Rio I was wending when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you lovebirds tie the knot. So sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have this fixed in 2 shakes and then off to Rio for Carnival.
Wait! The captain of a ship can perform a marriage!
Yes! And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes! An air jeep is a jeep of the air. Some call it an air jeep.
Oh, shit!
Yes! Wait, I got it. Trix, you can marry them on the plane, and then we'll all have our honeymoon in Rio.
Hooray! A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye, but what a thrill when lovers trill. I do in the sky. When vows are said in a meadow, the bees and daffodils sigh, but heartbeats rush when sweethearts gush. I do in the sky. Do you? We do. Do you? We do. Do you?
We do.
Do you? We do.
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye.
With rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by, can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do in the sky. When bells are sounding on the bees and daffodils will sigh. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts gush. I do in the sky. I do in the sky.
Look, up ahead! Do you see it?
Could it be? Yes, it's Rio! Hurry up, Trix, we've got some honeymooning to do. Then fly, then fly, then fly. It's such a thrill when world first thrill. Let's fly and close meandering by. One can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do.
Oh, no! Oh, I can't believe it. Oh. Okay, everybody stay calm. It does this occasionally. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Just concentrate. Keep the show alive in your head. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let anyone distract you. I'll find the fuse box. Yeah. Everybody stay quiet.
It's the super.
Oh, God.
Hi.
Hello?
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes?
So we replaced it, but when we turned the power back on, the breakers in all the apartments tripped.
Yes?
That's what happens. It's normal.
Yes.
So I gotta reset your breaker.
Now?
It'll only take a second.
All right. All right.
Because I tried calling you earlier, but there was no answer.
Yes, I'm having a little trouble with the phone.
Uh-huh. All right. Here we go. What was that?
It was a record.
What kind of music was that?
It was just music. A show. You know, a musical.
You like musicals.
No.
I love musicals! I go to see them with my wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Have you seen Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. Cats, Les Mis, Saturday Night Fever, but I liked the movie better.
Really? Goodbye. Oh, well, that's it. The moment's ruined. One note away from the end of the show, and the mood is broken. I should just start the record again from the beginning. No, I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much, and I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record just before my father left us. Oh, he didn't leave because of the record, although I'm sure it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame and the monkey motif is labored, but none of that matters. It does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you away to another world. And it gives you a little tune to carry with in your head. You know, a little something to help you escape the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something to help when you're feeling blue. You know? As we stumble along through life's funny journey as we stumble along into the blue. We look here, we look there, seeking answers everywhere, never knowing where to turn or what to
I'm
do.
an accident to happen.
Still we stumble our way.
I don't wanna sing tunes
through life's crazy
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime.
Tell me no surprise.
What is right or what is wrong?
And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird
We'll sing his song as we stumble along.